And that was Steel Eye Span with All Around My Hat. Now, earlier on in the show, I asked you to call in and let me know what you're up to. And I think we have John from Basingstoke on the line, a regular listener to the show. John, are you there?
I am indeed, Mark. Good to speak to you again. John Ashe, with an E, from Basingstoke. How are you doing, Mark?
I'm doing very well, John. Lovely to speak to you. Now, tell all the listeners what you're up to today.
Well, what I'm up to today is, first of all, I'm having a cup of tea, which you can probably hear. Let me just give you a little demonstration. There we are. Assam tea.
I heard something.
But with that, Oh, pardon?
I heard something. I just assume it's tea.
It is tea. Oh, yes. And with that, I'm having a lovely bag of crisps. Well, I say lovely bag of crisps. Can you hear that? I won't tell you what the brand is because, it's advertising and all that, but the flavour is roast chicken and thyme flavoured potato crisps.
Right.
And I've been enjoying it. I love the flavour. And I'll tell you that I have crisps for breakfast, and I have them for lunch, and I have for dinner, and there's a particular reason for that. And I love these crisps. They're very nice, except they are bringing my lips out into a certain sort of swelling sensation.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Hang on. So, John, you're having crisps breakfast, lunch, and dinner, did you say?
I am, yes. Deliberately.
Is it? Why are you doing it deliberately, John? It seems a very strange regimen.
Well, it's for science. You know that I was a quantity surveyor throughout my career, which I consider to be sort of scientific, really. And so I have this scientific way of looking at the world. Now, I have high blood pressure, so I went to my doctor, and they said, well, what you really need to do is to look after your diet. So I gave a sheet listing the things that I eat, and I do tend to generally eat a lot of crisps anyway. So the doctor pointed at that particular item and said, you need to cut out the crisps. So it's a bit of a bad line, John, but you said so your doctor told you to cut out crisps, is that right? Doctor said, looked at that particular item and said, you need to cut out the crisps. They're not healthy, they're not good for you. So, as I said, I'm a scientific person. So, my reaction to that, you want to know what my reaction to that is?
No, go. Yes, I do. Sorry, yes, go on. My
reaction to that is to eat more crisps.
Right.
Because, here they are, I'll have them there. Because, they're very nice, actually. Very nice. Yeah, these are particularly nice flavour. Because my rationale here is that I'm not just going to accept what this doctor said. I mean, there's some things about my progress there. So I'm not just going to accept that.
Right.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to eat more crisps. I'm going to eat as many crisps as I possibly can for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, even for supper. And I'm going to see when I next go back. If this doctor says, oh, your blood pressure is way out, then I'll know it's something to do with the crisps.
Okay.
But if they say it's gone down, I'll be,
John,
that's not a problem.
John, so let me just ask you something. I seem to remember we have these sort of regular chats, don't we? And a while back, your doctor said to you that you had a very bad back because you went out on your pogo stick. Is that right? And you didn't believe him, but you were actually laid up on the sofa, I believe, for a while. And this is the same doctor?
Yeah, this is the same doctor. Just don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Out of college.
Aren't you worried at all about the excessive amount of salt you're consuming?
No, I don't believe in that.
You don't believe it?
No, they didn't say why crisps were bad, just that crisps were bad. I don't think that's salty, but there are other things. I mean, I've got some new glasses here, just a minute, put those on, I can read this. So if I look at the ingredients here, potatoes, vegetable oils, brackets, sunflower, rapeseed, in varying proportions. That's not really helpful, is it?
No.
And then roasted chicken and thyme seasoning, salt. See, that's not like the first thing in the list. Then firming agent, calcium chloride, whatever that is. Roasted chicken and thyme seasoning contains dried milk, whey, flavouring salt, sugar, dried onion, parsley, potassium chloride, whatever that is. Dried chicken, mixed spices, thyme, colour, paprika extract in brackets.
Okay.
No mention of duosodium glutamate. Now that's the one that gives me funny lips.
Oh, right.
And the strange thing Yeah, now this is why I'm drinking a cup of tea, because it soothes my lips. The strange thing is, this is giving me the funny lips.
Oh.
When I get the other ones that have got the duo sodium glutamate in from the shops, from the corner shops, there's lots of cheap crisps. These are not cheap. When I get the cheap crisps, got that in, I get the funny lips. And I thought, well, if I go for these, they're really nice, by the way. Indeed. These give me the funny lips as well, so I have to have a cup of tea with them.
So, isn't that odd? So, John, what you're saying is that when you go to the corner shop, you get funny lips, but you've got funny lips with this sort of, presumably a more expensive bag of crisps that you're not divulging the make.
I'm not divulging the make, and I'm not divulging the upper-end supermarket that I got them from. Either.
Right. But going back to...
it's one of those with nice wide aisles, and they don't play music at you, and it's ambient lighting.
Right.
It's a bit more expensive, but it's worth it.
Right, and they have those in Basingstoke.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Well, they do in Basingstoke.
So, going back to what you're saying about the ingredients, and I do recommend listeners that possibly you don't follow John's example here, but it does say on the ingredients, John, doesn't it, that it's got dried milk and dried chicken. So I suppose milk and chicken, that's good for you, isn't it?
Yeah, lots of things are as good for me. Let me just put my glasses on again. I think potatoes are good for you.
Yep.
I'm not sure about vegetable oils.
Well,
roasted chicken's good for you. Lime's good for you. Salt's good for you if you have. You need salt, just not too much. Calcium chloride, though. That sounds like a chemical to me. Don't like the sound of that.
But John, you said...
I'm interested in science, you see.
Yes. So
anything that sounds like a chemical, I think it would need to be tested, which is what I'm doing. Perhaps that's the result of the test on my lips.
And John, you say...
It is, isn't it? That's what it is.
Well, it could... How long have you... Sorry, no, I was going to say, how long have you been on this strict crisps-only diet?
2 days.
Oh, 2 days, right. And so it's a bit early yet to form any scientific results.
That's right. I'm going to do it for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I'm filling out a page, so very clearly how many times I've had it each day. So I can show it to the doctor and say, look, this is what I've been doing. And I think I ought to note also, if a bag of crisps has got calcium chloride in, or where's the other one? Potassium chloride. I need to note those as well, don't I? If I can see a trend. If my lips become worse with those, then it's not with duo sodium glutamate. So I need to find out all these things. Are you going
to be talking to your doctor about your funny lips?
If they get bad enough, might do.
Well, look, John, I think be careful there. Are you supplementing your crisps diet with anything else?
No, not just at the moment. No, I'm trying to eat just crisps at the moment, but different types,
Right, and how many bags of crisps have you had today?
So far?
Yeah.
About 8. But this is 150 grams, so quite a lot, really, isn't it? We're about a kilogram of crisps already.
Well, just be careful, John, because it sounds sort of scientific, but sort of, if you don't mind me saying so, a bit crazy.
Well, you may say that, but the history of science is littered with examples of people who were thought to be crazy at the time, and their theory turned out to be true.
Okay, well, why don't you keep us abreast of what happens, John? And I'm sure you'll be calling us again. Perhaps you'll let us know what your doctor says.
I will do just a minute. Yeah, I will do that, sure.
Wonderful. All right then, John. Well, look, as I say to my listeners, John's doing this of his own volition to test the science. I would advise listeners out there perhaps to be a little bit more careful and not just eat crisps. Is that all right, me saying that, John? You don't mind me saying that to my listeners?
Absolutely. This is a medical matter, and medicine is always tailored to the individual.
Right.
Well, I'm self-medicating here, so it's got nothing to do with anybody else. No recommendation whatsoever. I won't even be making a recommendation when I discover the answer. I'll just be talking in private to my doctor at the surgery and basically putting them right. Because I just have a copy, we don't know anything.
Okay. All right, look, John, let's have your record. You normally give us a record you'd like us to play. What would you like us to play for you this week?
Cars, please. Cars.
Cars? Gary Newman?
Of course. I can't think of any other artists, can you?
No, that's...
called Cars?
No, true. All right,
Cars, please. I used to dance to that one as a young man. Difficult to dance to. You know, when you've got the artists themselves hardly moving, it's difficult to jig along to that. But you can do it in a kind of robotic way, which is what I used to.
Yeah, I'm sure you could do that, John. Right, do you have a shout out for that for this week?
Yes, could I shout out to Molly this week, please?
Molly, absolutely, we'll do that for you.
Yeah, she's not too well just at the moment, so I think she would appreciate it.
Okay. Well, here's to you, Molly. This one is for Cars by Gary Newman. And John, you be safe there with your crisps. How long have you got to go on this strict-only, crisp-only diet until you see your doctor?
2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay. Well,
and it was a great show. Thanks very much, Mark.
Thanks a lot, John. And stay safe out there with your crisps diet.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Darren's Valley's radio station.